Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 19th of July 2021, and I'm back from the London events that took place in Parliament Square today. I only went there for really just a few hours during the sort of middle of the day really. I think it's going to be going on quite late tonight and then even sort of tomorrow and Wednesday as well. So I believe it's a 3-day event, so it's very much like a shift work thing where people will be sort of going and then coming away again, and then other people going up and taking their place. So I've kind of done my little shift, as it were. And as ever with these events, very, very uplifting, enlightening, energizing, and yeah, what a sort of a fantastic crowd of people there were there today. And especially while I was there anyway, everything looked very peaceful. People were just talking to the police. Yeah, really, really sort of a nice upbeat atmosphere. So that was absolutely fantastic. And I'd say numbers wise, while I was there, it's probably in the low thousands. I think sort of looking at the later footage after I came away, it got to maybe a few more thousand as well, which I'm reliably informed by the guys I went with, who are sort of regulars on the midweek ones. This is my first midweek event, and I wanted to go along just to see what the numbers are like and how it differs from the weekend ones. And they kind of reliably informed me that the numbers on this one today were really, really good. So encouraging signs there, and really pleased I went there. I've got some footage. I think what I'll do is I'll leave a few clips at the end of this video, and then I'll do a little bit more just on a totally separate video with no footage of me at all. So there'll be 2 videos to look out for, well, another video to look out for apart from this one. I did shoot 3 very quick videos while I was up there. A little bit of a different format to how I normally present my videos, and it's only because I couldn't work out how to do the normal format for some reason on the phone today. I kind of forgot what I was doing, because when I'm back here I'll do it another way anyway. And but I did find this new feature called Quickies or something. I'm not sure if that's the exact term, something like that. YouTube Quickies. It only gives you 60 seconds, and which is why they're quite quick and short. But I wanted to sort of do a proper video back here, so that's what this is. So look out for the other video with a bit more of my normal footage after you watch this. I did say that I was going to be observing what the crowds were doing on the trains and in the stations, shops and everything else on the way up there and on the way back, and trying to gauge how many people were sort of muzzled up and how many people weren't, given that this is the first day that you can, or the first day that you're no longer legally obliged to have the blimmin' things on. I would say numbers wise, you'd probably be looking at about 15% of people were unmuzzled in the stations and on the trains. Not quite as much as I would have hoped, and I'm sure you'd have hoped, but a lot better than the 100% that I saw last time I was on the trains and in the stations. So going in the right direction. And a really, really interesting observation I made today. On one of the trains, we were kind of on one side of the aisle, and on the other was this young woman, probably early to mid-20s kind of age. And when we first came in and sat down, she was muzzled up, as many of them were. But after a few minutes, I happened to glance over and saw she had removed it, which was quite surprising. Now, whether that's because she was looking at us and maybe a few other unmuzzled people and thought, hang on a minute, why am I bothering? So maybe she took it off for that reason. But a little bit later on, the ticket inspector guy came sort of down the aisle, and she quickly got her muzzle back on, only while he was in the vicinity, and then after he had kind of disappeared again, she took it off immediately. So no behavioural sort of psychologist here, but that says to me that she's not exactly a fan of the things. She's only doing it from sufferance, and as soon as she thinks she can sort of ditch the things without any sort of peer pressure, shall we say, she's going to be doing it. So I think that is a positive sign, because the more people like her see unmuzzled, the more it's going to encourage them to unmuzzle, and the quicker that hopefully that will then bring about a very quick sort of progression onto the majority of people not being muzzled up, and from there, kind of a quiet revolution is what I'm hoping for as far as these things are concerned. It's going to be slow. I think it's going to take time for everybody to unmuzzle, but I think it's up to us to set the example, and I'm proud to say that we did that today, me and the guys who we were with. So a positive sign and a not so positive sign, because as I say, it's probably only about 15% of people not wearing the things. So work to be done, but interesting all the same. I'll leave it there. So just a few quick clips of today's events following this, and then I'll do a little bit more on a separate video, as I said before. So Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.